Recording in
Good morning, July 6th, Saturday, 2024. If I was to title this message, what I'm hearing, Crisis to Initiations. Crises to Initiations. I don't really have much to say. That's just what I'm getting. And we can look at that from a personal level to a corporate collective level. Crises to initiations. This whole thing we're in, this whole thing we're in, the soul path, evolution, all the catalysts happening in the world, the timelines, the spiral staircase, the spiritual, the grounding, the disruption, the distraction, everything. Crises to initiations. I just want to mention one particular conjunction that's coming July 15th, 14th, 15th, 16th, I'll say, around that time, of Mars, Uranus, and what is considered to be one of the most angriest stars, which sits in the same degree for a whole lifetime. So it's in Taurus, house of assets, body, possessions, home. The star Algol, Uranus, and Mars will conjunct at this time frame. Of course, you all know, in my belief, the cosmos are just a reflection, opportunity, and energy. But this conjunction takes place on the 15th, 14th, 15th, 16th of July next week. And I do expect something very unexpected, surprise, not a good one. Again, crises. I expect a crisis. We're seeing big and little crises in our lives. We're in a soul crisis, we're in a spiritual crisis, but these are impasses we must pass through. They are impasses that feel like I can't make it, I can't get through this. So, this conjunction, in my opinion, whatever it brings, must occur. These, are you seeing it on a personal level? Because I am. Um, we must pass through the impasse that seems impossible to pass through. That's the message. So, this crisis or these crises will bring us to initiations. That's what Mars is, initiation. But that kind of energy with that conjunction, any astrologer, even a basic novice like me, could tell you it's going to be perhaps surprise, unexpected, angry, hot, spicy, seem like um, what the F just happened. Um, there could be fires, bombs, cyber events. I don't know. I don't know. Um, because Uranus is involved. That's all electric. That's cyber. That's crypto. Crypto, in my opinion, is the prophetic. Uh, Crypto moves before everything else, and crypto just got bombed. So, in my opinion, that is that a conjunction. Crypto is showing us what's coming. Crypto is a forerunner. It is lightning speed, so it runs ahead of everything else. It runs ahead of all the other assets. I was speaking about us having a blow off top in the stock market in about April, May. So now we're in July. So, off a few months. But as we see all the big owners of companies, Bezos just sold another $300 million worth of Amazon stock. This is a sign. And yet we have people holding their 401k statements that think they're millionaires. It's all on paper, it's all invisible, it's all fake, it's all deception. That's the disillusionment of Neptune on the 29th degree, 55 minutes of Pisces, that deception, the disillusionment. Saturn is there showing us karmically that we must come out of disillusionment. Christianity is in a crisis, huge, massive, um, an existential crisis. Christianity is an existential crisis that will initiate many out and beyond the religion of Christianity. Souls can no longer stay there. They are venturing on, they are journeying on into the next dimension, literally. Um, and so, whatever it served for us during this past era, we take with us the foundations, the power, the energy of that resource, and we move with it. And so, the crises that Christianity is experiencing are very real. And I believe it's one of the main crises of this transition is the crisis of Christianity being decomposed, dissolved, and disintegrated. um, I'm not going to be long-winded today. I just wanted to leave these thoughts very serious, impactful conjunction wherein I'll say we're already in it, although Mars has not reached that point yet. Mars is more of a personal planet, Uranus and the star being what they are, slower movers. The star in itself is it's on the same degree for whole generation. So we know that's a generational star. But Uranus being on that degree with that star algol and Mars now, the personal planet, what crisis and initiations is Mars bringing to us personally? Mars is going to blow things up. There may be accidents, injuries. And you say, well, how could that be God? But it's karmically bringing us to places of learning lessons. So, like for me, for instance, I'll just say I move too quickly. And so I'm doing better because I'm learning, but I move quickly um, out of, let's say, anxiety, right? I'm being vulnerable here. And I try to be very vulnerable here. And so because I move quickly sometimes, say when I'm cooking, I'll cut myself, I'll burn myself, the meal will come out great, but I'll end up burning myself or cutting myself. So I'll learn that I have to go slower, be less anxious. The meal's going to get on the table. It's all going to be hot at the same time. It's a stupid little example, but it's an example. So Mars is that lesson that take the extra steps. Perhaps don't run around today and do all those things that I want to do because I'm in anxiety. Maybe I'm supposed to just stay home and rest. When we hear that inner voice say, stay home and rest, listen to that voice. That's probably the lesson. So there can be, so we're seeing crises on a personal level. And I do think the soul is in a crisis right now. It is in many crises because we cannot pass through this impasse of transition without these crises. Although in the crisis, and that's why we need one another, because I was sitting with somebody the other day and I kept telling the person, I relate, person totally is in an impasse, experiencing something so real, so fearful, so scary. There's anger there. There's sparks flying. There's, all kinds of emotion coming up. And yet the crises leads to the initiation of that transition into the next era, into the next dimension, right? So as we minister to one another, it's important to be validating and kind and empathetic and relatable and authentic. Yeah, this is what I'm going through too. If that person wants to hear that, yes, I relate. Not, I have all the answers for you. Like those days are over, and you just need to get saved and get Jesus and you have to have faith. Boom. No, that's gone. We're in a time of sharing authentically what is passing through the soul because the soul is going through the impasse of crises to initiation into the new age, period. And so we will see all these little crises everywhere and we will see big. The world is in crisis. And I think that this initiation coming, perhaps, in my opinion, is going to set off the next world crisis. Financial system very much involved. This is the house of assets. it isn't what we think it is. We're seeing crypto smash, right? But yet we know crypto is the next financial system. How could that be? Because this is the way the deceptive world system works. The very system that we're going on, they're crashing. But really, those rails are already running. That other financial system is already running as they dissolve the old one, which keeps going up. Do you see the deception here? So if we have eyes to see, we can see where to invest on a practical level. People say, oh, well, money's not important, but yet every single one of us thinks about it every single day because money is a tool in this realm that we can use and learn to facilitate the soul evolution. We can't, not one of us could say, oh, I don't need money and I'll just live without it and I'll be fine. And no, we don't, we need food too. We need shelter, right? We need money. Um, it's where greed comes in and where the testing, where's the biggest fights in every family? Where are the biggest crises in every family? All surrounding money, right? Always. It always. At a death, at a wedding, out of this, out of that. It's just money, right? Money. So let's not be self-deceptive that we don't need money and we don't think about it every single day because we all do. And not, and then, money brings up fear of lack and all of that part of our soul evolution. So there's all of that. But anyway, just getting back to it, this is in the house of assets, okay? So important to know that there may be testings. You have to look and see where is Taurus in your chart. What planets are there? Because those are the lessons karmically that you specifically may be going through crisis right now in your life and the lessons that you're being brought past to learn. That soul evolution impasse that you're going through, that will be where the house of Taurus will take you. So anyway, there's loud noise. I'm going to get off.